Hi, welcome to the Nightly Show. I'm Ken O'Flynn. We're coming to you live tonight from the Cork International Hotel, just based next to our Cork Airport, our international airport. And I'm joined with a very special organisation tonight, an organisation that's been doing tireless work for the past 50 years in Cork. It is, of course, the Cork Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus. Did I say that correct?
Correct.
Organisation. And I'd like to welcome our chairman, Graham. You're the treasurer this year, Graham. And I suppose, really, the story of Spina Bifida in Cork is that we know what Spina Bifida is, we know about the organisation, but the organisation helps so many people, and your organisation is really there to give support to people from the start.
Correct.
And you suffered from Spina Bifida yourself.
That's right.
Ger, so you're 50 years living with Spina Bifida.
That's correct. Yeah.
And your dad was the chairman of the organisation.
More or less one of the founders of the organisation originally.
So what is the function of the group?
The function of the Cork Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus Association is to help the members of the organisation in any way we can.
Yeah, financially, of course, is the biggest thing, because you organise various trips for the members to get them back and forth to Cronin Hospital.
Correct. If they can't get treated in Cork hospitals, they have to go to Cronin Hospital, which is the main children's hospital in the country, to get treatment there, and we help the members financially if they have to go there.
Mm-hmm. So I suppose the organisation really not just being a financial organisation for offer assistance, which is all fundraised by yourselves, isn't it?
Absolutely correct.
Most of your money is coming from the people of Cork.
That's quite correct.
It's church gate collections, a couple of donations here and there. There's no government funds.
Absolutely.
Nobody's getting paid out of this organisation.
Totally voluntary
there's no CEO getting 80 grand a year like there is in other charities.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just move aside from what your organisation does. Graham, you got involved in the organisation.
I did in 2012. My son was diagnosed with mild form of Spina Bifida in 2010. I didn't know about Cork Spina Bifida to 2012, so we kind of got involved there. And in 2015, we had a daughter born with Hydrocephalus, which was another form of Spina Bifida, and she passed away. So I got more and more involved because they were a great help to us as a family. So
when you say to me that you didn't know about the organisation, your son was born in 2010, and you didn't know about the organisation until 2012. So there was no. So when you were told that your son had Spina Bifida, there was nobody came along to you and said, "There's an organisation that helps. There's an organisation that assists you, or there's an organisation that people that have gone through this before."
No, nothing. We weren't told anything by no one. We literally was word of mouth. That's how we got found out in 2012 about Spina Bifida and what they were there to offer us and as a family life.
It really amazes me that GPs, your own GP or your specialists or people like that aren't there to support you, and that there's nobody there to tell you what's going on. I find that fascinating.
Especially some of the younger GPs might not be part of the organisation and wouldn't know in the first place how to treat a child with Spina Bifida or Hydrocephalus.
You're saying that GPs in Cork have no real experience with this?
Some of them wouldn't have any idea about what it was.
Well, that's absolutely fascinating. And coming from your own perspective, I suppose having a child diagnosed, and it's where to turn and what to do next.
Yeah, see, he was diagnosed with the mild form, so it was just like we were put to a corner and that was it. Wasn't told anymore. We'd go to a Spina Bifida clinic every month, and we were never told that there was a Cork Spina Bifida Association there. There was nothing being told to us, like.
So you move on 2 years and you find the association through word of mouth or through...
Yeah, word of mouth, that's how we found out,
and there's people inside in the organisation, all volunteers, who are giving you what they experienced and what they have done and what they've gone through.
Yeah.
So that's a great service, and you're now doing that yourself.
We are.
So if somebody today, God forbid, if somebody comes to me and says, look, your child has been diagnosed with Spina Bifida, there is an organisation out there telling you what you can expect, telling you what your entitlements are to, where you should be going, who you should be dealing with, and they're vital. That's a vital service.
Yeah, it is.
It's a vital service. I can't believe that you're not financially backed. I can't believe that there's nobody, that it's all volunteer driven, that there's no HSE funding coming towards it.
Depending on the public to give donations and whatever.
And what are you talking membership at the moment?
We're talking about 60 membership, paid up membership this year alone.
And these are the people that are driving the membership and driving the fundraising as well for yourselves.
And for the younger families especially, we have parent meetings every so often.
Okay.
that they can discuss various problems that they've had with their children, and maybe another parent may be able to solve their problem for them.
And where do you do that?
We usually it's our secretary Pauline will sort that out, and she'll do a coffee morning with them, and mostly all the parents.
Well, that's a wonderful idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
To get people together to go through their experiences,
Yeah.
and I can imagine how shocking and how how do you cope? How do you deal with it? You know, that if there's nobody there for you, there's nobody there to tell you where to go, what to do,
As Graham
how to
said,
deal
it's
with
only
it,
through
what to expect.
As Graham said, it's only through word of mouth that he heard about it. All about the organisation.
And they've been a great help to us since then. So
I can well imagine. Well done for coming in, and thank you so much. How do we get in contact with you? How do we? First of all, I think there's probably a lot of people watching this tonight that have. How many children at the moment have spina bifida in Cork? Is there 100? Is there 1,000?
That we don't know about. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe they don't even know that they are.
And there's a lot of parents out there that feel alone, that don't have a support network.
Absolutely.
yeah.
And what I would have asked people to do is get onto your Facebook. Is probably the best way to
Yeah.
Yeah,
to locate
get with us,
you know. So get onto your Facebook account, send a message in. There'll be somebody reply fairly
Yeah,
quick
there will,
in
yeah.
that. Leave you know where the next where the next meeting is,
Yeah.
where people can go. If I want to donate to the organisation tonight, how do I do that?
You do it on Facebook as well through the Cork Spina Bifida Hydrocephalus Association Facebook page.
And we can make a donation available
yeah,
to you.
and that is on.
Good stuff. Keep up the good work, guys. So, not only the organisation is there to help with information, it's also there to assist with financial assistance
Correct,
to those families that need help, when it's getting their children or getting their older children as well. Because if I'm not mistaken, there's not services after 18, is there?
Correct, yeah.
So there's no if you have spina
There's no
bifida,
continuation after 18. You're depending on your GP to have a certain amount of knowledge, first of all, of your own condition and where your GP can direct you if you have a certain problem when you're over 18.
And you're talking
to a
about
certain specialist or whatever.
most of it is Dublin based,
Yeah,
isn't
it
it?
is most of it's
Yeah.
Dublin-based,
Yeah.
yeah.
So and it does get bloody expensive. For
Absolutely, yeah.
Because the only thing that if your children
Especially
do
if you're,
have.
if you're a small kid and you're deputy overnight for a couple of weeks or whatever.
Yeah, and if you're talking if a child has spina bifida, you're talking okay. The only real entitlements are the carer's allowance, the domiciliary care.
Yep.
So everything is a big, it involves somebody taking off work, somebody being available for the household.
Financially to the family as well at home. Yeah,
it's a big challenge. It's a big challenge for any family.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you're talking a trip to Dublin, and you could be staying, and you could
You
be staying weeks.
You could be there in hospital days or weeks.
Yeah.
And the family can be financially hit as well.
Yeah, big
By
time.
maybe the parent not working or to spend time with their kids in hospital.
So the organisation helps with all that as best you can.
Yeah, best as we can, and best to run on it.
Well, fair play to you. Thanks so much for coming in. I appreciate what you're doing as a volunteer organisation. I think it's marvellous what volunteer organisations. These guys do not receive a penny from the state. They do not receive monies from big corporate donations. That doesn't happen. And they don't take a salary out of it. When it comes to charities in Ireland in the last couple of years, we've all seen the newspapers, we've all read the hundreds of thousands that people are getting as directors and chairmen of this and that and the other. These are an organisation, they're a Cork organisation helping Cork people with a problem that need help. If you do have some spare money tonight, I would appeal to you, please make a donation to this organisation. Thank you again so much for coming in. Thank you.
Thank you.